how do I make money in a salon? Now that's really a hard one to answer because I think I've covered bits of that in general. I just want to go through a journey that I wanted to talk to you about. So when you first start and you leave school and you go into hairdressing, your friends and family, even though they think they'll be happy for you, they think it's dead end. They do. They think you're going to a dead end job. I don't think there's anything better than making someone feel beautiful and wonderful. There's nothing better than that. You get to go to work and you get to change people's lives. You're in a surrounding where you're surrounded yourself usually with really nice people. They're very social. It's about talking and enjoying yourself, and you get paid for it, and that's fantastic. And as you go through that, yes, it's poor money to start with, um, and it goes through a stage where you may think you're a dog's body and no one really treats you well. But usually the fact is because it's so busy, you run off your feet. And as a junior in a hair salon, you get to do everything. You just get to look after everybody. So you should soak that up because the one thing you don't have is pressure. And that's huge. So you should really soak that up and take it in. And then you move on to the next stage where you move on to being a senior hairdresser, and you can't wait for that day that you actually do your own clients and you're not sort of get told how to blow dry and all this creativity that why you became a hairdresser, or a beautician, you get to do it your way, and you just can't wait for that day to happen. And it happens, it's here, and it's fantastic. And then the boss turns around and says you got to start hitting commissions. Now the reason they do that is because you have to have things in place as a salon owner. So you have to have staff earning X amount of money to cover the bills, to cover the training, and to cover everything else that's involved in running a salon. So that's why the boss does that. And if you've got a really good boss, they will give you a reason why. They'll give you a reasonable target for you to hit, and they'll give you a good reward for hitting that target. So you enjoy yourself, and really the one thing that your boss is really expecting from you is to fill your column up. All you can sell is appointments in an appointment book, and the owner wants you to fill them up because then you are good at what you do. What tends to happen then is you're really good at what you do because you just love it. You love it. It's made for you. And you something happens one day and it's a snap, and you decide that you want to go out on your own and you can do it better because the boss has a few quirky ways you don't like. You want to treat your clients a bit better, but you can't do because the boss won't allow you. And you walk out and you start your own. And you're excited and it's happy. And you've moved from this element of being a junior, you're not going to university because you're not clever enough, to someone who's just a dog's body, to a hairdresser. Suddenly, when you get your own business, you're everyone's best friend. All your friends like you, all your family like you. They all want their hair done. They all think you're like a superstar. And the whole idea, really, at this stage, is you get the choice to either be a hairdresser or a beautician or to be a business owner. And that's the choice that you have. At the moment, people have honed your skills and you've got better and you've become really good at what you do at your trade. The next level, of course, is deciding on you and you alone. There's no boss helping you. Where do you want to take it? Most hairdressers and most beauticians just work really hard. They get through the first year, the excitement's so great, they just work hard and they get to the end of the year and they've earned a bit of money. It's slightly comfortable, and that's usually where they end up. What you need to do is start honing yourself on your business skills because you've already perfected the hair skills. See, if it was just about you, that's okay. The fact that you have to grow bigger than that is different. So what we have to try and do is get you to that next stage. We have to get you to the stage where it's even bigger. Thank you. Thank you. So we need to get to that stage where we do that. So our plan really is to try and take you from the very first steps over to the next step as best we possibly can. So the step that you're at now is you're a bit comfy, you're good at what you do, staff come along, and you now have to be a teacher. You now have to be an educator. You now have to look after your clients and look after your staff and their staff's clients. And then you've got a junior and you're becoming that boss that you didn't like to start with. But that's because if you had your business skills honed really well, then it's a lot easier to deal with the new role that you've now become. And let me tell you this, when you first started many years ago as the junior, the we'll call it the drop out of school or the drop out of uni, you just went into hairdressing because that's all you do, you have the chance to make more money than them, a lot more money, and have a great life. You have you have this capability of working part-time hours and earning full-time money and more easily. You know, if you as a nurse or a teacher or an ambulance man or a police officer, you can smash them wages really, really easy if you had a really good salon making some good money. But you've got to start honing your business skills. It's your job. When I started really waking up to this, that I'm not just a hairdresser. I have I'm in charge of people, and I've got to hone my skills. I think I read hundreds and hundreds of books. I went to hundreds and hundreds of seminars. It cost me lots and lots of money, but the reward is there at the end. If someone had a degree, I would love to have done it. If someone did what I did and had a business course online that I could just work through over a year and hone my skills, I would have jumped at the chance. But there's no such thing as existed. So what tended to happen then is that you had to go out and get these books and read them and read them and read them and make notes and bring it into your salon, implement it. Does it work? Does it not? I'll keep that. I won't keep that. So you have the capability of being far bigger. So to answer the question, is there money in hairdressing? No, there's not. If you just want to be a hairdresser, you will have a good job with a good wage. People say it's not a good wage, but it's above award. And the government in every country we live in says that's the livable wage. We get paid above award wage, and that's where you'll be. If you want to earn great money, you have to become a business owner and learn business skills. That is just the fact. Being a salon owner doesn't give you the right to be a business owner. It's new skills that you need to do that. And you do have the capability to learn that if you get it learned properly. I mean, we know school's hard. I mean, I found school like English really, really difficult, and language is really difficult. It's just not my forte. But maths and creativity and art was my forte. I loved it. So you just need to learn by someone who has the same ability as you. You need to grab. So yes, there's definitely money in hairdressing, and there's definitely money in beauty. I know beauty people. I know beauty people. I'm not. I can't say too much because the clients of mine. I know beauty people that have this goal that is huge. I mean huge. I mean 7 figures. It's massive. We're talking $1 million and more. I have average clients that I work with who would say average. I mean they haven't got 25 staff. They've just got average amount of staff. And they're making some serious money. I know a staff member that is earning enough money. She's thinking about her husband giving up work because she earns that much money. Like we're talking not little bits of money here. We're talking way, way up there. Um, I had this thing where I think I've said before how much I paid myself and how much I earned. I have people out there that are hitting that now. So there's some serious, serious money in the hairdressing world. I speak to people just the other day and they say it's tight and it's hard. Yeah, it is. If you're still doing what's been going on 10 years ago, you're going to struggle. It really is. I mean, the amount of times that I think I spoke to people from Expo that went and saw people and they're trying to teach you things that was 10 years old. There's a new world out there now. Um, and you've got to be with it. You've got to realize that it's you are a business owner. For me, how I look at it as a salon owner now is that just close your eyes and pretend you run a restaurant or pretend you run a coffee shop. You wouldn't have a clue how to make a coffee or how to make money from a coffee. You just wouldn't know. So the secret is you'd have to learn. The fact that you know hairdressing and you know beauty, you think you know how to run a salon. They are two different entities. So you've got a choice. The answer to the question, is there money to be made in hairdressing or beauty? Yes. Do you want to make the money? You have to become a business owner and you have to know business. And if you can master that, there is lots of money to be made. You will have, like myself, I'm just drop out from school, went into hairdressing at 16. It was just a job for me to do. And I went through there, through the ranks, and in the end, I pay myself more than my friends who went to uni. I got a nice car, I got a nice house near the beach. You do have that capability to not be just a hairdresser or just a beautician. There's a long way. I don't know if you really wanted proof. I think I've done that. How you talk to me how you do that. There is having, for example, one thing that you throw in the hair like a ball if you were going to juggle, one thing would not make you a great salon owner. You have to do lots and lots of things. There's a lots of things to learn. But is there money to be in hairdressing? Yes, there is, but you have to be a business owner and you have to treat it like a business. You have to learn and hone your skills. And it is a business. There's numbers involved, like any other business. You know, you're paying your rent, you're paying your staff, you're buying stock, you've got to pay yourself a wage. There's all these bills, there's training. You need to know it all. It's a different entity. In fact, someone said the other day on Facebook, and I was talking to them, was I'm thinking about getting a hair salon and not working it. Well, hey, you know what? If you didn't even know anything about that, you would go out of your way to learn how to run a hair salon, and you'll be way ahead of someone who's a hairdresser who thinks they know how to run a salon, but really they just know their trade. So have a great weekend. Sorry it was late again. I went away and it was cold, but I wish you all well. Leave me a comment if I've just rambled on about nothing again. If not, I wish you all well. I really do. And if you need to email me or send me a message, love it. Thank you. Bye now.